We need a new intro.
We need a new intro.
Good morning,
Welcome to Pump
everybody.
Day.
Welcome to Pump Day. It's Daniel Allison, the average dude. I am with my co-host, Freddie at Bobcat. We've been here for over 425 days in a row. Hey,
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get that counter right. We're gonna get that counter right very, very soon. But it's been a lot of days in a row. Good morning, Freddie.
Good morning, Danny the average dude Allison, and I hope you so far have had a fantastic Pump Day.
Hey, now I was flexing a little bit, but I tell you, you're working out much harder than the average dude, Freddie Blanton. You
Some
went and got
days.
you
Some
went and got
days.
you went and got you a little more D1 this morning, didn't you?
I did, and it was tough. It was one of those workouts that make you have to focus on pushing through it.
Yeah. So I woke up this morning and we're getting ready to have our first. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's have our
I'm
first
ready.
sip of
I'm
coffee.
ready.
Let's get it. Mm,
Now I will say,
first sip. First sip of the day right now. 7:57. That's a win for the dude.
that is a win. I have a different theory going on, right? You're pushing for that. My first sip was at 4:40
Ooh.
a.m.
4:40 a.m. Now let me ask you this: what time did you go to bed last night?
I watched the Hornets win in overtime.
Dang, the Hornets are balling, baby. And then you got. How did you feel this morning? Because I woke up this morning. We worked out hard yesterday, and it was just all I could do to do my little run.
Yeah, my
Did you?
feelings doesn't matter.
Your feelings don't matter. You got up, you had that coffee at 4:40, and you said, "I'm gonna be at D1 at 5 o'clock. I don't care."
Yeah. You got to get your little water. You get up, get moving, sippy sip on some water, guzzy guzz on some coffee, pump day at the D1. That's all you do.
I love it. I love it. Let's see if we've got any other early risers on the bus this morning. We've got Gary. Good morning, Gary. I think Gary's on his way to work. He's out in Texas.
Gary.
Yes, sir. And there's Mr. Aaron Jacob. It's Wednesday wheels on the bus go round and round. Yes, they do. And I like this. I like this a lot. Look at Meg Brown. She says,
Pump
"Dave."
day.
Right in the middle of the week. Let's get it. Great to have Megan with us. Doug's here. Good morning, DJ. It's pump day. Here we
DJ.
go. Another beautiful day in paradise. Come on. There's Joe. Good morning. Shawno.
Man, that was good.
Shawno. I think it's because I waited on the coffee.
Hey, your hair has the perfect bounce today.
Funny you should say that. I'm getting a haircut today.
But it's got the perfect bounce.
Hey, I'm gonna tell him, do not take the bounce away. Just clean
Yeah,
it
I
up
still
on the
need my
side.
bounce. Yeah. You know what I've been thinking that you should do
What?
is grow a mullet.
A mullet.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So today, when you get your hair cut, he's going to tighten it up on top and do this, but tell him that you want to leave
Some
some hair
flow.
growing in the back. Tell him you desire to have a mullet. You want to walk around downtown Spartanburg in a suit, white shoes, with a mullet to get that next level of attention. I think it'll work because you are the average dude.
The mullet. I can change all the logos and everything. Not that I have a logo, but if I have one.
I don't know. You have a logo and it's like you're looking at Elon fly through the sky.
That's a profile picture.
Oh, okay. I thought that was my bad. Thought it was a logo.
I talked to a guy talking about doing things on LinkedIn and hearing people from the past and maybe not doing everything that we should. I've seen a lot of folks. I've been doing podcasting for a long time. There was a gentleman that interviewed me and interviewed you. Do you remember him, Mark Simonson?
Yeah, the rental podcast, I think.
That's right. That's right. So he and we talked before he started his podcast. He called me and he said, "Hey, I see you're doing that." This is many years ago, folks. He said, "I see that you're doing that conversations with the average dude. Tell me about podcasting." He had never done it before. Well, his personality was to learn this business and get into it, monetize it, create a platform, and now that's what he does full time. And so I talked to him a year and a half after he came to me and said, "Hey, tell me about this podcasting thing," and he just took it off. And it made me think, my goodness, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen a lot of people come up through the ranks and do their thing. So hey, what is I better get on my game. And he's still going. Hey, but he's still going. He's still going. But
hey, you mentioned logo a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I would love to get some input here. Most famous logo of all time.
I mean, the Nike swoosh is pretty recognizable.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of kids wearing it, a lot of different types of people know what that is, and worldwide. Of course, the Mickey D's arches.
My vote was the Nike swoosh.
Yeah. Great minds think alike, Freddie Blanton. You know who else has a great? You know who else has a great mind?
Hair.
Mickey watches Pump Up Your Jam on the bus. There's Mr. Joe again. Love the green, Freddie. Still got that Masters on your mind. That's right.
No, it's the money, Joe. I got money on my mind, Joe. Buongiorno.
Got money on his mind. And so does Larry Welinarski. If he doesn't have golf on his mind, he's got money on his mind. Or maybe grilling.
Yeah,
one of those. There's JK. Good morning, JK. Working on some cool stuff, y'all. Check out his profile. He got some.
We need to go look at his profile.
Good stuff. Me too. Friday, 4:30. Okay. Help me with these comments. I'm looking for stuff.
Yeah. The way I am coming live today, I cannot help you with the comments.
Oh no, that's disappointing. But I do want to. I want to take you back actually, let's do this. Let's ask the question. Let's ask this question right here to the bus drivers. What is the hardest thing about the sales process? What do you not like about sales? There's a lot of things that have to happen before you get your money because you got your little green shirt on. And
did you just take a stab at my shirt?
I did. I felt like I was kind of upset just because I was doing this. Remember this earlier?
The hardest thing about the sales process.
Yeah. Is it customer service after the sale and your service department doesn't perform? Is it quoting machines? Is it the rejection when you're prospecting? That's terrible.
I love rejection.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
It just feels good to get it over with.
Get it over with. It's going to happen.
You know it's going to happen, so let's just get it over with.
Hey, I read a book, and I'm going to recommend this book. This was one of the first ones I read. And it was by Jia Jiang, Jiajang. Jia Jiang. I think that's it. But it was called, oh no, I'm going to forget the title of it. But basically, he says he's going to get rejected, right? Yeah. 100 days of rejection. And he just sat out because he was so fearful of rejection. And here was this really super smart guy. He kind of, maybe something about Gary. When I think about this guy, super smart, but he always just kind of stayed in his one lane. He didn't try other things, right? And he didn't try other things because he was afraid of rejection. And so his great job ended up not working out, and he had to do something else. And he was like, I've got to try new things. And so he went out for 100 days and got rejected every single day.
Yeah. And how did it affect him?
Well, it's what he still talks about to this day. So he created a whole platform on this idea that getting rejected and actually being intentional. He would go out and try to get rejected. He would ask for outlandish favors or ask for things. Hey, do you mind if I think he went to somebody's house and asked if he could play golf in the backyard. They had like a little thing, and he, just things like
Yeah.
that. But he would record himself. And so here you have this very shy person that is getting out of their comfort zone, and they're filming it. And literally the intent of the video is to get rejected.
So I do this sometimes, and I'm not even thinking about the rejection part. So let's say that we're, I'm having lunch at Garner's, and I got my soup, and I got my cornbread muffin, and we slide down, and she says, "Yes, is there anything else you need?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I need you to pay for it."
Yeah.
Excuse me? Yeah, I need you to pay for it. I'm not doing that. Oh, okay. Well, I figured I'd ask.
Now, hey, it's just testing the waters. You got to test the waters,
Yeah.
So
At least if they say yes, there's a benefit.
that's
Just like the
right.
sales process.
It is like the sales process, and we all like it when they say yes, but we don't like it when we don't do a good job. Have you ever gotten a job and things you've sold a piece of equipment, or maybe I sold a service contract when I was with Waldrop, and we're not performing, and you've gone in there and you have sold yourself the equipment and everything else. Talk about how that feels as a salesperson when the company is not performing after you've put something together.
Well, this happens, right?
It happens in
Especially
every
in my
company.
world,
To be
boy.
fair, it happens everywhere.
Yeah. So we've got equipment. I mean, it's in the dirt, it's in the weather. There's hydraulic hoses, there's
Things
computers on
happen.
this stuff, electrical connections. It's gonna break.
Yeah.
And sometimes it breaks a lot faster than I want it to, because it could be a hose that the factory missed. And then we can't see it when we do our pre-delivery inspection. So within 24 hours, we get a phone call and says, "Hey, my machine's leaking." So
Sell many stuff.
you know
Yeah,
what we have to do. And you heard a little bit of this the other day.
yeah, yeah. I did. And it made me think about it. But we've all ran into that. You're right. It happens everywhere. But then you have to deal with it as the salesperson.
Yeah.
And man, that's those are some uncomfortable conversations. I've had some very uncomfortable conversations
Yeah.
about this type
Here's
of
what
thing.
I want to do in that situation. I want to put myself in the customer's shoes.
Yes.
What would he want? What would he or she want or expect from the way we presented and sold ourselves to get them to buy the equipment?
And
How
what
should
I
we
try.
respond? How fast? The effort that they have to put into it to get it fixed has to come in play. And
That's
then
right.
in my mind, I also think, what would the competition do? Would they be better at solving this than us? Because we can't let that happen.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what happens sometimes, depending on the situation and depending on how things go. Sometimes it's hard to say. It's like, hey, was this our fault or was this their fault? And we're going to end up doing something for the customer anyway. But in the meantime, we're going to have an ego about it. Have you ever seen that? Where we're kind
Yeah.
of being defensive about our position. Well, actually, they did this and did that, and
Yeah.
that's tough. The way to solve those types of conflicts, it can't have any ego involved in it, because that will drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, they probably think you're just terrible. They don't want to hear anything that makes them feel like the bad guy. They got a broken
Yeah.
machine or a broken HVAC unit or whatever.
Figure out the problem, find the solution,
Every single
get the
day.
ego out of the way.
That's right. That's right. Is that your final thought? Because we're at 15 minutes and we probably got unbelievably great comments out there too. Uh, what's your final thought for the day? I'm going to give the final thought. How about this?
I think you should.
I want to tell everybody that tomorrow, Thursday at 10 a.m., we're talking sales. We're talking my favorite topic. We're talking about sales. We're talking about growth. We're talking about scaling your company, sales, marketing, and tech stack, how they all work together. We're doing it in the Energy Hub, Freddie. We've got two
What is
business
the
owners.
Energy Hub?
The Energy Hub is a place to have real conversations with people of different perspectives, right? The people behind these different professions. And I've always loved to, if you think about it, I started this idea when I went to that scrap metal conference with Matt Venuto.
Yeah, Metal
And when
Man
I
Matt.
and when I went in there, I didn't know anything about it. And I ended up interviewing just about everybody in this conference in each little thing. And of course, sometimes they're doing the same thing. Sometimes they're a supplier. Sometimes there's all the different moving parts to every single niche, every single world. I love different perspectives. The way that we really learn about any topic is to pull in different people. So tomorrow we're going to have both sides of the fence. So we're going to have the buyer side, the sellers. We're going to have sales experts. We're going to have the average dude. We're going to have Freddie Blanton if he can make it. So it's going to be fun.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
You
No,
just achieved the longest final thought in First Sip history.
I'm excited. I was excited about the Energy Hub, man. I'm trying to get off the ground and kind of get some. Hey, but I did this. I mentioned Mark in the beginning. I mentioned Mark in the beginning because he reached out to me, and so sometimes things come back around. So we've got a little something that we're going to talk to him about. I want to leave you with this. This will never be forgotten, Freddie Blanton, and maybe tomorrow we'll talk about
Sounds good.
it. See y'all. Bye bye.